5-hour energy rapid recap. Going to get us caught up on what we've missed so far. A good luck message between teammates. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Carl Edwards. Of course, it is Stenhouse fighting for a championship, which he clinched on lap 30. A bit of a practice session, though, today for the guy in the 60 car, Carl Edwards, going for the championship tomorrow.
Yeah, he's flat flying. He's been leading a lot of laps out there, and he can almost just use today's race as a practice session for the big race tomorrow.
Going through his steps, going through his rhythms, getting ready for tomorrow.
Elliott Sadler trying to come into this last race of the season to get a win, but again, pit issues, his 6th pit road penalty of the season.
Yeah, pit crew makes a mistake and leaves a lug nut on a right rear off. He's got to come from the back of the pack. He's charging up to the front. He's flat flying. He's all the way up to 7th now from back in 30th or something like that.
Impressive effort on his part. But how about Ricky Stenhouse Jr.? Lap 30, he clinched the title, but we're not quite sure he knows that yet.
Ricky. Yes, sir. And there are. No, just keep doing what you're doing.
It's pretty good quality, right?
You know what they were doing? They were going to tell me, you got too many people on radios down here, Ricky. That's the problem.
Getting ready to go back to green flag. So, Marty, it's back to you.
And 16 wave around, 7 of those on the lead lap. Boyer, Hamlin, Scott, Allgaier, Leffler, Stremme, and Bliss. We're back to green with Edwards and Bain up front.
There's 18 cars on the lead lap now.
We go 3 wide through the corner. Somebody's got to give a little room, and it looks like they'll make it okay. That's Danica Patrick back there. She restarted in the 8th spot.
Trevor Bain, you see these Roush Fords all occupy those first 3 spots. Trevor Bain wants to lead a lap here tonight.
Well, you talk about these Roush Fords, all 3 cars finish in the top 10 in 11 races this season, including the last 5, and right now they're sweeping the podium. And we are just about to approach halfway. Trevor Bain sniffing another victory, perhaps, as he sticks his nose ahead of Carl, and Carl says, "Excuse me, son." Coming back. Oh, look out.
A little tight right there.
That's the 04 Casey Roderick. He's lap traffic.
I think Bain's going to get that lap led now. Now Stenhouse is going to want his chance at it.
So Trevor becomes our 6th different leader, our 8th lead change. And you're right, Stenhouse is going for the front.
Well, they're going to be good teammates, surely, and let Ricky lead a lap here, so he's got another spot to play with here for that championship. Not that he needs it.
The guy looking at all this is Sam Hornish. He's running in 4th there in that yellow number 12.
Watch out, watch out.
Don't wipe out the entire Ford camp.
Man, Jack Roush got to be nervous watching that.
Here comes Hornish as he's taking advantage of that. He's pulled right up on the back. 5th place is Elliott Sadler. He's getting into this mix as well. Some great action here as we are at the halfway mark. All right, Dave Burns, you got a bit of a tough assignment. Give us an update on all 3 of those Roush Fenway cars.
Well, it really relates to them as a group, from crew chief Mike Kelly on the 6 car to his driver moments ago.
Remember about 6 weeks ago, we talked about a dream finish today. Get all 3 of you guys burning the front straightaway down. We'll keep working towards that.
Right after that, Mike called me over. Mike said, "Hey, have you guys heard anything official?" I said, "No, NASCAR hasn't told us anything official, but we counted up the black boxes." He looked at me and smiled, so he knows, but they still haven't told him officially.
I don't think his driver cares.
Yeah, right now he's just got sure about it. He's got the hammer job down, and let's go back and watch this move just a couple of laps ago.
Yeah, he tried to kind of dive bomb the corner here and was going to make a slide job. He thought maybe Trevor Bain ease out of the throttle a little bit.
So now what is he going to do when they turn the loosen the reins up on him?
Yeah, he's really going to let it go here in a minute.
Well, they are still running 1, 2, 3 with Carl Edwards up front, Ricky Stenhouse, and then Trevor Bain, although Trevor has slipped back a couple of car lengths. Elliott Sadler still running 4th, and Hornish running in the 5th spot. Remember, Brad Keselowski got the lucky dog. He came around. He's running in 6th. And there you see him in the back of the screen.
You can see Trevor Bain right there kicking up sand in that high groove.
Yeah, that's that sand we talked about that blows across the racetrack here when the wind comes up. And surprisingly, now that the sun is down, I'm looking at the flag, and it is still straight out from turn 4 down to turn number 1.
Yeah, and you have to be just a little bit careful right there, because you get a place that's wider and you get that right rear tire hung out in that, you'll be in trouble before you know it.
Brad Keselowski gets around Sam Hornish Jr., so move him up a spot, move him into the 5th position.
You see Elliott Sadler's moved up there to 4th. He's wanting to break up this Roush dominance.
Callie, I still can't get over what the number of lines that they can run on this racetrack, and it makes it so exciting.
Yeah, what a recovery by Elliott Sadler. They had that problem with the lug nut, went all the way back to 32nd. Didn't take him long to get back inside the top 5 here.
Right after the lap 35 mandatory caution is when that occurred, and here he is back inside the top 5. And if you were not with us at the beginning of the broadcast, he basically said there's only one thing that we want to do, and that's go home with a victory.
And that first run, that 2-car of Elliott Sadler's was fast. He seemed like he was making up ground on the leaders during that run before the competition caution came out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him be able to catch Carl Edwards in this run.
Well, the number 2 of Elliott Sadler, the only driver right now in the top 6 without a win here in 2011. Maybe today's the day, but here we go with side-by-side action as we'll step aside with Carl Edwards in the lead.